So let me take you through a real factory audit that I did for a client. I do factory audits, by the way. All right, so I'll take you through this, then we can go for questions. So here's our audit. Here's our picture frame. We're going to audit this picture frame. We've got 2 factories that make this frame. So where do we start our audit? We do desk research. Brian, is that right? Desk research first? All right, so we go to the website. So we have the blue and we have the red. We have CTS signage and Joy Hong. By the way, 90 minutes ago I was just talking to Joy Hong. They're over in Hall 6-2. Hey everyone, we're at Joy Hong again. You all know Joy Hong because I've done an audit of Joy Hong for a client who actually ordered these picture frames. We love picture frames because they're cheap. You've got a pencil out the back. I like that because you've got a wide range of the IC spread out over the back of the frame, so heat dispersion not so hot. But what's important is, what is the FOB on this, Derek? How much? FOB price? FOB price?
56.5.
56.5?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
For MOQ?
MOQ is 1K.
56 US dollar?
Yeah, 56.5.
Okay, so I told them you kept on putting up the price on my client. All right, so let's have a look at what these 2 factories look like. Okay, again, website comparison. Do they have in their description that they make something? That is very key. You have to be a manufacturer if you write in here that you actually make something. Okay, that's very, very key here. Even before you go to the factory, they both make something, so we're on the right track. Okay, you've got the red, blue and the red. Okay, so now let's go into the 2 factories. Immediately, I didn't like this factory because I had to go up the stairs. This one I can go straight in to on ground level. This is Joy Hong, this is CTS signage. Again, what is our product? It is a picture frame. Okay, so my client wanted to know, do I buy from this factory? Does the client buy from this factory here? By the way, just on another talk, these companies can save a lot of money by cutting 1/3 of their staff because they don't add any value. Okay, cutting inventory, cutting staff is a way to cut costs for these suppliers, replacing it with more streamlined Salesforce type web technologies. Okay, so we're going in now, so let's have a look at what they're doing. So we've got assembly on here, and they're making the doodle that connects your phone to a TV so you can actually wisely send photos on your phone to the TV. That's what they were making on the day we were there. On the day we went into Joy Hong, look, they were making smartphones, and I'm thinking, we want to order a picture frame from them, and they're making smartphones? Like, you know, this is high-end stuff. As I showed you earlier, they've got full separation of all of the materials at different processes. Okay, you can see they've got the anti-static bands. All the operators have anti-static bands and wired, not remote. You've got to have a wired band. Remote, no, that doesn't work as effectively. Okay, not all of these have anti-static bands on them, these operators here. So my point of the audit is to pick out differences or points of problems that may cause defects in the future. So let's keep going here. When you're in electronics, you need a burn-in room. So for 4 hours, 8 hours, all the units, 100% of whatever's made is turned on. They want to test the battery. Then they'll drain the battery. They should actually charge it up again. Not many of them do that, but there's a process here that needs to be taken care of. And what you're looking for is actually a documentation of that process. So you see the process, are they documenting it? That's critical, critical, critical. Okay, so now we go to another area. I like this because I don't have to bend down to put the shoe sock on my shoe. But in here, now we're going into an SMT room area. Windows are open as we go through. Let's have a look. There we are. We go straight through, no dust control at all. Here, we've got dust control. We'll go into the phone box, and they blow everything around, and then we go into the clean room here. Okay? Big difference. Here, we got a lady on the smartphone. She's obviously doing work for someone else while she's operating the machine, making your product. Is that the type of person? Is that the type of company you want your product going through? Okay, that is amazing. Ladies on the smartphone while operating the machinery. Wow. Okay, so hands up if you like the blue, hands up if you like the red. Okay, obviously the red seems to have its act together. Yes, yes, yes. All right, so now we go into the showroom. And this is where I want to have a look at the picture frames. And so I found one picture frame here that they got a new fancy picture frame where the whole electronics board sticks out at the back, and that becomes the stand. The old picture frames, they have a pencil sticking out the back. And what I found with see the pencil sticking out the back, okay, so the new ones, they actually take all of the electronics off the back of the board and then they make it into a size about 1/3 the size, and then they stick it out the back. That becomes the stand. The problem is that when you touch that thing sticking out the back, that's hot. That's 60 degrees hot. Now, if that's on a mantelpiece, no problem. A marble mantelpiece, no problem. But what if a client or someone buys this and puts it on a flammable object? Okay, fire. Okay, lawyers love that sort of thing.
As you know, this one is with touch panel.
Where's your cheap one? Show me your cheap one.
Cheap one, right? The long one. Which size do you prefer?
The cheap one, the cheapest one.
The cheapest one. This one.
Oh, so you got, okay. How much is this, FOB?
So this one is 19.
19 FOB, and what's the MOQ on this one?
Also it's the same, 1K.
1K. I like that. So notice the new design, you've got the IC unit at the back, it's not on the back of the frame. So you've got to be careful when you're sourcing something like that and touch that, see does that get too hot? Because if it's on a marble mantelpiece, hey, that's okay. But what if it's on something flammable? Poof, fire. Lawyers love that sort of thing, so be careful. I think touching this, it's not too bad. Maybe they've listened to the advice I gave to Joy Hong to make this a little bit larger, so therefore the heat can dissipate and not get so hot. But $19 US.
Yeah.
FOB, MOQ 1,000.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, 1,000.
And then on the second order, still 19. Okay, you don't want to be the importer of record for something like that. So I told my client, don't buy that. It looks groovy, you might make many sales, but it only has to be one fire and you're out of business. Okay, so I said just stick to the old variety where the stick sticks out the bottom. You can make that difference. So I wouldn't have known that if I had not visited the factory. And see for yourself, go across to Joy Hong and have a look, and you touch the how hot those new fancy displays are. Yes, exciting, exciting. Okay, so now it comes to, now you're the job of a client. How much would you pay for the picture frame for the blue? Can we start at 17? Do I have 17 in the audience? $17 US. Is that too much? They were told $20 US they wanted. $20 US FOB, and then the MOQ was 1,000. Okay, so what about Joy Hong? What are we starting up with them? They wanted 23. $3 more. You're ordering 2,000, suddenly you're paying 6,000 more for exactly the same picture frame. So, hands up, would you buy it from the blue? Hands up for the blue. You don't want to save $6,000? On 2,000? Yeah, you've got to be smart here. You're here to make money. All right, what about the red? You still want to do the red? Hands up for the red. Come on, you're going to be, no two factories are the same. Okay? And the big point I want you to take away from this example, sometimes the perfect factory has more power. And you might get a good order on the start. What about second order, third order? Let's see what happened. I told my client, let's go with red. Let's go with red. That's the order we need to get it from red. Okay, so on the first order, $23 US for 2,000 units. Less than 2 months later, we put in another order for 2,000. They put it up $26 US. This is real. Last year it happened. Okay, third order. Of course, it's a different model, but now they say, oh, we want $28 US. Client come back to me, Neil, I can't make money if they keep on putting the price up like that. I'm not in the business of just feeding the supplier higher and higher, higher price. But what can you do? Because Joy Hong is nearly the perfect factory. They have so much power, their QC is nearly perfect. Okay? Perfect factories price you out of business. So I told my client, let's go back to the blue factory, pay you $20 US, but spend $1 US per unit on QC. So you're ordering 2,000 units, you spend 2,000 US on QC. Brian, how many days can I get with QC on 2,000 US? 5 to 7 days. That's more than enough QC you need for 2,000 units. Brian, yes? Yeah. All right, so different strategy. You're combining a weaker factory with QC, and that's what I've told the client to work with. So I just want to finish off with that example, real live audits. I'm the professor, but I'm here to deliver you actionable information. The thing you want to take away is no two factories are the same. When you go into the factory, look for points of improvement, look for risk areas, and even, what are you sourcing, by the way? Backpacks? Anyone sourcing homeware, anything in this room? Why are you here? I thought you were here because you just walked past. You didn't come here to see me. If you're sourcing tents or backpacks, there must be one area that is risky. Maybe it's the zipper, maybe it's the eyelet, maybe it's never the whole product. There's always one risky part that gets a lot of use, am I right? Then maybe focus on the receiving inspection of that part. Do you know the supplier that is sending that part to the factory you're sourcing from? And then get third-party QC to make sure that receiving inspection is happening. You don't have to inspect all of the material. Look for the risky parts, inspect that part. Okay, giving you a limited budget. Let me just stop there. I hope they're practical takeaways and for questions. Can you get? It depends, right?
Yeah.
I know, that's what my client found out, because it went from 23, then 26, then $28.
As you know, for this product, mainly the reason the factors with screen and the battery,
Yes.
and also the exchange rate of RMB.
Exactly, we understand that.
This is our prices.
Yes, so what's he explaining? That the raw materials, if they change, then they're going to pass that on to the client. So just be careful out there, buyers, that when you're sourcing, get a good price on the first time doesn't mean that that price will be there on the second time or the third time. Because the difference between a good factory and bad factory is a good factory has that power to actually put that price up and pass on raw material cost onto you, the buyer. Weaker factories may not be able to do that, so you just got to be careful with that. So Joy Hong is one of the better factories. They have good QC, but at the same time they have more power to pass price rises onto you. And so you've got to look for a sustainable sourcing of a product from companies like these. So thank you very much.
May I have your name card?
I'll give you my name card in a minute. And this is Joy Hong. And we've got the screens. We found a $19 one, but don't assume that's going to be on the second order and the third order. So bye for now. This is O'Connor with Joy Hong in Global Sources. Thank you.